right, everybody, welcome back to another MILF Monday. We had UFC London this past weekend, so let's talk about the card and break it down. Okay, so first thing, man, it was not a good night for the Englishmen and the one English woman. Just a preview. Okay, so first up, we had Graham Katsuladze versus Cal Fernandez. And this one, Katsuladze lost. I thought he was going to lose. I actually was having some technical difficulties, but I only saw the very last bit of the first round, like literally the last 10 seconds. And I was like, okay, he's done after this one. Somehow went to decision, but Katsuladze lost and Fernandez won. Next up, we had Nathan Fletcher and Colin Lowren or whatever. Honestly, I feel like this was a pretty bad decision. I don't think Lowren won. Fletcher dominated that second round, and I thought there's arguments for a 10-8 round on that, which probably I think would have then put it at a draw. I'm not too sure. But he lost. The Englishman lost. Lowren won. Wasn't very happy with the decision, but I also am not going to sleep over it. Next, we had Shauna Bannon and Pooja Tomar. And I thought Shauna Bannon was going to win, and she did. So good for her. But she also was like, oh, how about that 50 Gs or whatever? And I was like, all right, girl, calm down. It was a good fight. You did a good job, but it's very early in the night. And, a lot of the other fights sucked. So she did get a performance of the night, so good for her. It's so weird the way that she uses her leg as, she almost uses her leg as a third arm to punch. She punches with her leg. It's crazy. But good for her. All right, next up we had Christian Leroy Duncan and Andre Pulayev. I had Duncan winning, and he did. It again, another decision. Next up after that was Tibura and Mick Parkin. I went with Parkin. I thought he was doing a good job, and I'm going to be honest with you, I've been so bored of all these decisions lately, I kind of fell asleep. So I missed the last round and a half. So Tibura won by decision. Good for him. He stays in that spot. Parkin probably really won't go down either. So good for them. Next up, we had Kavanaugh and Felipe Dos Santos. I did go with Dos Santos. He was the underdog, so I went with him, but Kavanaugh won, so good for him. I think he's the only English guy to win on the card so far. I'll go back through later. No, Duncan did. Next, we had Jai Harbor and Chris Padilla. I had Chris Padilla winning, and Chris Padilla won. And then that was the end of the prelims. After that, we had Nathaniel Wood and Morgan Charrier, whatever. Nathaniel Wood won, so that was good for him. He's an Englishman as well, so we're getting a couple of wins in there. Next up, we had Blackout Tattoos versus Chris Duncan. I had Chris Duncan winning, and he won. Good submission there. Good for him. And then after that, we had Molly McCann and Alexia Tayanara. I had Meatball Molly winning. She's had a real up and down career in the UFC, and unfortunately, she lost in the first round by submission. And so she retired that, so I kind of felt bad for. I mean, I didn't really feel bad for her. She seemed okay with the decision, but it just sucks when you see someone that loves something so much know that they're not the best that they have to provide to the company. So they're but she's at least. I mean, she's not a bitch about it. She's not making excuses. She's just hey, I'm not good enough. It was fun while it lasted, and I'm out. And also good for Alexia Tayanara. She took it on a week's notice, and she looked great. So she's going to be a really good fighter moving into the UFC. And she also got performance of the night. After that, we had Gunnar Nelson versus Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland won. This was a really close decision, in my opinion. I thought Kevin Holland was going to come out in round 2 and just start banging him away. Pause. But Gunnar Nelson he knocked him down at the end of the first round and was going at him. And so I thought Gunnar Nelson was still going to be a little bit woozy, and Kevin Holland was just going to come out and just start ripping. But Gunnar Nelson powered through. He did good, and I think he actually might have won the second round. I have to rewatch it to know for sure. But Kevin Holland, he won. It was a good fight. I think it was much closer than it was actually played out to be. But I was also I was waking up from a nap, on my way to work, bunch of different things going in between. So I wasn't able to sit there just in one sitting and watch it. And Kevin Holland got performance of the night too. Good for him. All right. After that, in the co-main event, we had Jan Blachowicz and Carlos Olberg. I had Olberg winning, and he won. I'll be honest with you, this is a boring ass fight. If he fights anybody, and in the top 3, he and Blachowicz will probably switch, or he'll go up to 4, and 4 will go up to 3, and Blachowicz will go down to 6. But in the light heavyweight, you have Ankalaev as the champion. You have Alex as number 1. You have Blachowicz is 3. Who the hell is 2? Oh, probably Yuri Prokasia is 2. and then Blachowicz is 3. I don't know, dude. I think those top 3 guys, the Yuri, Alex, and Ankalaev, I think they beat both these guys 10 times out of 10. Like, this was a really boring fight. Nobody really showed anything. This guy wants a title fight next. Dude, after that performance, no. If you want a title fight, you got to go out and dominate in a fashion nobody's ever seen. If you're number 6 and want a title fight. So I don't know. I wasn't impressed with this fight. I wasn't impressed with either of these guys. And I think anybody in the true top 3, which is the champion, number 1 and number 2, I think any of them beat them 10 times out of 10. After that, we have Leon Edwards versus Sean Brady. I had Sean Brady winning, and he won. Good submission. He dominated Leon that entire time, almost the same way that Leon dominated Colby. So I unfortunately think Leon is good. I think he's done. He got his time as a champion. He defended it a couple times. So good for him, man. Just don't push it and go out on just don't go out to where you're just like you're losing everything. Like, sure, he lost that fight against Bilal, whatever. This one he got submitted. So like next, you don't want to see him get knocked out, and then you don't want to see him keep going and going and going. So I would say just kind of call it where it is. Maybe do one more send-off fight against like an easier guy. It's a little bit lower. And yeah, so that was it. So that was it for this weekend's fight card. Thank you for watching episode 10 of MILF Monday. I believe it's episode 10. Next week, we have Moreno versus Urcek in Mexico City. Be sure to look down for those fight predictions on Wednesday or Thursday. I didn't do it this week. This past week. I plan on doing it this week for sure. And be on the lookout for that MILF Monday episode that following Monday. So let me know what you guys think down below, what you thought of the fights. If you watched, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Send it out to everyone you know. Let's get this channel rolling, man. All right. Have a good rest of your week.